Testing. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're delighted to have you here for this prestigious event. We gather from all corners of the Caribbean to celebrate excellence in the media profession. I'm one of your hosts. My name is William Neal.
And I am Elise Gayon Vernon, and we are your guide through tonight's highly anticipated event. Please stand for the national anthem. have your seats. The 35th Caribbean Media Awards, in partnership with title sponsor, the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, making it the NGC 35th Caribbean Media Awards, is a special night for media professionals across the region. This event is one of several organized by the Caribbean Broadcasting Union as a part of its annual General Assembly. This year, we are thrilled to be host in Placencia, Belize. CBU members, consisting of media managers from across the Caribbean, are gathered here today for their annual General Assembly and Signature Conference. This year, the theme for the General Assembly is Media and the Environment.
Through the course of tonight, we will honor the best in the region in media, encompassing print, radio, television, and digital. Creating high-quality media content is not without challenges for many networks and production houses. Despite these challenges, Caribbean media confidently pursues excellence. It consistently upholds the responsibility of being a pillar of democracy while effectively entertaining, educating, and inspiring its audience. As we will evidence tonight, the media undeniably wields considerable influence.
This year was another record-breaking year for the CMAs, with 484 submissions in 63 different categories. We extend our deepest appreciation to the esteemed judging panel who, with the help of the CBU Secretariat, undertook the arduous task of reviewing all those submissions. In June, the nominees for tonight's awards were announced, a testament to their dedication and expertise. We are thrilled to announce awards and special mentions in 55 categories. This evening is dedicated to celebrating exceptional coverage across various media platforms in the Caribbean, and we are eager to share these outstanding achievements with you.
We want to express our heartfelt gratitude to our audience, whose presence here in Placencia, Belize, is truly the essence of this event. We also extend a warm good night to those of you tuning in through Channel 5 and all our social media sites. CaribVision, Jamaica News Network, JNN, which also streams globally on iSpot Media app and website, UWI TV, on UWI TV 17 channels regionally, Antigua and Barbuda Broadcasting Services, ABS, Grenada Broadcasting Network, GBN, ZIZ Broadcasting, St. Kitts and Nevis, CCN TV 6, WESN Trinidad, and to those listening on NBC Radio in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the President of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union to welcome all those gathered here and those tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Dr. Claire Grant.
Good night, all. First, let me begin by recognizing some special people who are with us tonight. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Francis Fonseca, CBU alum, CEO of Foreign Affairs, Amelia Maya, and the CEO for the Ministry of Tourism, Nicole Solano. I'd first like to say thank you to our title sponsor, the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago, NGC, for this evening's gala. And welcome to our audiences joining us on CBU member services on television and digital platforms across the region, as was earlier announced by our hosts. The CBU is proud to have with us for this celebration, produced by host broadcaster Great Belize Productions Limited, Channel 5, of the best of Caribbean media content from television, radio, print, and digital media published or transmitted in 2023. At a time when there is real concern about the many challenges to human content producers from AI, artificial intelligence, we consider it both a duty and a pleasure to demonstrate why our media professionals in the Caribbean are irreplaceable. And it seems that many partners are convinced of this as well, which is why the CBU was so pleased to welcome the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago as our title sponsor for this 35th edition of the awards. And these awards also have been supported by a record number of category sponsors. Sincere thanks to the members of the CBU and the wider media sector goes to returning sponsors, the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, so much easier to say 5 C's, I must remember that, the Healthy Caribbean Coalition, and Sagicor Financial Company Limited. And brand new sponsors that have come on board for this very, very special event: UNDP Carry Secure 2.0, the Caribbean Development Bank's Basic Needs Trust Fund, the Nature Conservancy Caribbean Division, the Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management, and SADI Consulting Limited. We're truly, truly grateful for your support, which inspires us to redouble our efforts and our commitment to incentivizing great media content that makes a difference. Our hard-working judging panel is also worthy of recognition. Returning to the panel this year as Chief Judge, Mr. Andrew Millington and Dr. Yvonne Weeks. The first-time judges joining us this year are Mr. Neil Armstrong, Miss Shari Petty, and Miss Joelle Ford. The panel is represented in person by its 6th member, Mr. Steve Maxibe. It's been a banner year for the competition, with the largest number of entries ever. This seems to be happening every year, I might add. And so many nominees, as was announced earlier. So many, in fact, that we have had to separate the recognition of those nominees from tonight's gala, where we will spotlight the winners of awards and special mentions. But the full list of nominated organizations and categories is available on the CBU website. Tonight's winning entries are not just beautifully written or produced pieces. These are public service messages, radio documentaries, podcasts, investigative print features, and so much more that have fostered discussion and tangible change in our Caribbean communities. We invite you to celebrate with the Caribbean media professionals and their work on show tonight. And of course, have a wonderful evening. Thank you once again, and welcome to the NGC, the 35th CBU Caribbean Media Awards Gala.
Thank you, President Grant. Now for a word from the title sponsor of tonight's event, the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited. Here is Mario Singh, Assistant Manager, Corporate Sustainability, NGC. Can we please round of applause for him?
Good evening. A common denominator across most of our daily routines is reading the news. Whether you bookend your day with a scroll through online tabloids, habitually sit with paper and coffee in the morning, or never miss that 7 p.m. newscast, the fact is we consult and engage with the media every day. The why is simple. We need the media because, however cliche the saying may be, knowledge is power. The more we know about the world we live in, about the people living alongside us, societal threats and opportunities, changes in our environment, political or economic developments, the more we know, the better equipped we are to choose, to buy, to vote, to fully participate and function in society. So if information is the currency in today's world, if it is an enabler of sustainable development, then the purveyors of that information are very important people. We at the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, NGC, have come on board as title sponsors of the 35th Annual Caribbean Media Awards because we appreciate the media as frontline, essential service providers. We appreciate the media's role in demystifying complex issues, especially those which require public buy-in and support, such as climate action and sustainability. NGC is heavily invested in public education around these topics, and we lean on the media to help our messages reach and teach. Ladies and gentlemen, in this broad context, today's awards represent more than just a celebration of good storytelling and audiovisual artistry. Today we are acknowledging that responsible and effective journalism is an indispensable pillar of modern society. We are recognizing specific works of excellence, yes, but also honoring the collective work of this fraternity. On behalf of NGC, I congratulate all this evening's winners and express gratitude to all members of the media for the invaluable service you deliver to our people. You continue to be our partners in education and development, and we hope to deepen our relationship in the future. Thank you, and do enjoy this evening.
Give the NGC a big round of applause, please, for this support. Next, we have Belize's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade, Education and Culture, the Honorable Francis Fonseca. With a wealth of experience and an unwavering commitment to promoting regional cooperation, cultural exchange, and educational development, the Minister's presence here signifies the importance of fostering connections and nurturing growth within the Caribbean community. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Honorable Francis Fonseca.
Thank you very much, William. Good evening, everyone. Distinguished members of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, honored guests, colleagues, friends, welcome to Belize and to beautiful Placencia. It is a distinct honor for Belize to host this 55th General Assembly, your 2024 Hall of Fame ceremony, and the 35th Awards Gala. Since 1970, the CBU has played a vital role in the capacity building and training of our Caribbean media sector, promoting communication and information rights, and of course, the important work of regional integration. We acknowledge and pay tribute to you and those who came before you for the work that has been done and is being done, very often in challenging and difficult circumstances. We gather this evening under the theme, Media and the Environment, recognizing that our region stands at a critical crossroads where the fragility of our natural environment and the power of our media intersect with unprecedented urgency. This magnificent Placencia Peninsula is a good example of the rich biodiversity, cultural extravagance, and unmatched beauty that the Caribbean represents. At the same time, we are acutely aware of the fragility and vulnerability of our region in the face of natural disasters, climate change, and the breakdown of our precious ecosystems. Your role as the media cannot be overstated. You cannot be limited to reporting events. You must also be truth tellers, advocates, and educators. The media must play a leading role in our regional efforts to conserve and preserve our environment. The Coral Reef Showcase provides the perfect opportunity to underscore this message and mission. The media has a unique and indispensable role in environmental stewardship. Your outlets and platforms have a duty to provide fact-based content that is accurate and balanced, based on sound science, gives voice to the most vulnerable, and holds policymakers and corporations accountable. It is through your reports, investigations, documentaries, that we can shape the public consciousness and ultimately drive collective action. Too often we in the Caribbean feel disengaged from the global dialogue, whether it is Paris or COP. You in the media need to find creative, engaging ways of connecting the global environmental crisis with the lived experiences of our people, so that we can foster a deeper understanding of the changes taking place and mobilize a commitment to regional sustainability. But we must also be very careful not to only focus on the disasters and hopelessness. We must also share the work of innovation, success, and resilience to inspire our people and communities to take action. It is essential that we meet our Caribbean youth where they are, on TikTok, Instagram, podcast, and online interactive content. Our youth care deeply about the environment and our region's future. We must hear them, see them, respect them, let them tell our stories. So my brothers and sisters of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, together we have the privilege and responsibility to shape the narrative on one of the most critical issues of our generation: environmental protection, climate change, and sustainability must be at the top of our regional agenda. As we meet here in Placencia, Belize, this evening, let us commit to using our platforms, our capacity, our policies, our voices to protect and preserve the natural environment that sustains us all. Our economic development, our national development, our future in the Caribbean depends on it. And the role of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union members in shaping that future is unquestionable and irreplaceable. I thank you very much.
Minister, we ask that you remain on stage with us, please. Thank you very much. Give him a big round of applause. And of course, a call for action. The stage is set for our celebration of excellence. We'd like to also welcome our viewers in Trinidad and Tobago on TTT. And we move now into our awards for tonight. Are you all ready? Cha. Are you all ready? That sounds a lot more like it. It's a celebration. So the energy in the room has got to go through the roof.
Well,
Please.
now that I know that we are ready, We start with the only award selected by viewers themselves, the People's Choice Award. The voting for this award generated a record-breaking number of online votes. More than 3,000 viewers participated to choose the top contender. Since the nominees were announced in June, we will go straight to the announcement of the winner. Given the quantity of awards tonight, the winner will get a photo op, but no speaking opportunity.
And we don't know who the winners are until we're handed the envelope. So, People's Choice Award goes to
Decades of Christmas for Seniors. Congratulations.
the reporter is Romardo Lyons, and the editor is Ivan Shaw and Houghton West.
Congratulations again.
Do we have a representative? And they are from, let me see.
We invite the representative to the stage, please.
RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Television, Jamaica. That's our first winner for the night. We now move into the presentations of the first set of awards. The following categories will identify winners in the production category for print publications. The first award will be for Best News Story. The judges selected both a winner and a special mention. Earning special mention in this category, Best News Story goes to Romardo Lyons from Jamaica Observer for the story Shameful.
Congratulations once again. And the award for Best News Story in Print goes to RJR Gleaner Communications Group for Piecing Together a Shattered World. Congratulations, round of applause, please.
So far, it has been a Jamaica night. And the story was by Tanisha Mundell. We'd also like to apologize to the individuals who we might stress the wrong syllable in your name. So please forgive us. We're just seeing the names for the first time. So if we butcher it just a little, please forgive us. We'll spell it next time, okay? The Best Sports Story. The award goes to Senior SSL Officials Knew of Bolt's Welgen account. Again, RJR Gleaner Communications Group from Jamaica. And the writer was Jovan Johnson. The Best Entertainment Item. The award goes to someone other than a person from Jamaica. I'm joking. It goes to Isiba Small from Trinidad Express. With the piece, A Childhood Dream Comes True for Ansel Harris. Best Investigative Item. The award goes to Mark Bassant, Email Hacks and the Israeli Connection from the Trinidad Express. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Minister. Of course, give all our winners a big round of applause. We're going to go and take our first break, and we'll be right back after these messages with the NGC 35th Caribbean Media Awards. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Vision, expertise, world-class operations. These are the pillars on which the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, NGC, has built its legacy as a world-renowned natural gas player and titan of Caribbean energy. NGC has operations and investments along the gas value chain and sits at the helm of a flagship group of energy businesses with a globalizing footprint. National Energy Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago Limited owns and manages industrial estates, ports, and marine infrastructure, as well as facilitates local and regional development of energy-based industries. Another subsidiary, LeBray Industrial Development Company Limited, known as LeBidco, facilitates industrial estate management, port operations, waste management, warehousing, and logistics services in support of the energy services sector. Phoenix Park Gas Processors Limited, or PPGPL, owns one of the largest state-of-the-art cryogenic gas processing plants in the region, as well as NGL marketing assets in North America. As we transition into a future built on clean energy, NGC Green Company Limited, our newest subsidiary, has been created to accelerate the NGC Group's pursuit of local, regional, and international opportunities in clean energy, energy efficiency, sustainable transportation, including CNG, alternative fuels, as well as research and development. We are the NGC Group, an integrated energy company, a model for prosperity.
Go from the lap of luxury to lands untouched by time, where ancient civilizations once thrived, where their spirit still lives on today, and where you can leave everything else behind and grab life. Plan your trip today.
Welcome back to the NGC 35th Caribbean Media Awards live from Placencia, Belize. We are your hosts,
William Neal.
and I'm Elise Guion Vernon.
We're continuing with the awards in print media. This next set of awards is for themed categories. Each year, the Caribbean Broadcasting Union collaborates with international development partners, regional organizations, and commercial entities to recognize outstanding work in media by sponsoring award categories. We will hear from some of these partners tonight. One of our long-standing partners is the Healthy Caribbean Coalition, HCC. We're pleased to have Sheena Warner Edwards, the Communications and Social Media Manager for HCC, to tell us more about their partnership. For a round of applause, please.
Good night, everyone. This is one of those occasions, always be prepared. Yeah, so first and foremost, the Healthy Caribbean Coalition has welcomed this partnership with the CBU. This is our second year, yes, and we are sponsoring 2 prizes on this occasion under the theme awards, one in the print theme and the other under television theme. And they're both in recognition of healthy nutrition policy. And in that, and I give you a little background about Healthy Caribbean Coalition. So we are a civil society umbrella group. We more or less, have over 100 civil society organizations under our umbrella. And these fall in the lines of the diabetes associations, the cancer associations, heart disease, so mostly non-communicable diseases. And what we have been doing of recent is advocating for the implementation of policies. We've been speaking quite a lot about the change of environment, and for us it's the change of the food environment to support persons at the individual level to make that informed decision. So I thank again the CDB, as well as a number of other partners who have supported us over, I would say, the last 5 years in this space. Locally, we've had the Belize Cancer Society who has been behind us, and then we heard of the awards this year, and the theme, we thought it was quite fitting. So thank you again to the CDB, and thank you to all the partners for having us on board.
Now we'll ask Mrs. Warner Edwards if she can please stay on stage to deliver the next set of award in the print category. Starting with a themed award sponsored by Healthy Caribbean Coalition for Best Coverage of Healthy Nutrition Policy. The judges selected both a winner and a special mention. And earning special mention in this category is
Hungry Belly Children Can't Learn by Andre Williams, RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica.
And the award goes to It's War by Donna Seeley, The Nation Publishing Company, Barbados.
The next award and special mention is for the best news story on poverty reduction and empowerment of vulnerable groups. An award sponsored by the Caribbean Development CDB Basic Needs Trust Fund. We'd like to ask the portfolio manager of the Basic Needs Trust Fund of the CDB, George Yearwood, to join us on stage to deliver the award. Once again, the judges selected both a winner and a special mention. Earning special mention in this category is Seaview Gardens Jackson 5 by Simone Morgan Lindo. RJR Gleaner Communications Group, The Star, Jamaica. And the award, please stay on stage. Sorry, spoiler. Goes to Golota Calls for Removal of Mentally Ill Persons from Prisons by Andre Williams. RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica, Gleaner.
The next category in print is for excellence in responsible reporting on trafficking in persons, sponsored by the United Nations Development Program and Carry Secure 2.0. We'd like to ask the Roxana Alaman Program Associate, Governance, Digitization, and Inclusive Group, UNDP, Belize, to join us on stage to deliver the award. Earning special mention in this category is...
We're passing the baton. That's because the Olympics just finished. Bond Clears the Air, Human Trafficking Controversy by Anna Ramdas, Trinidad Express. Thank you very much. We'd now like to invite Dr. Colin Young, Executive Director of the 5 Cs, for the next award. This one is sponsored by the 5 Cs, and it's for Best Climate Change News Item. Special mention goes to History at COP28, Loss and Damage Fund Adopted by Colleen Hossein, Guardian newspaper, Trinidad and Tobago.
Also sponsored by the 5 Cs is the Best Climate Change Investigative Report. And that award goes to... These Classrooms Are Furnaces by Sashana Small, RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica.
I think she'll need new shoes after this. The next award is sponsored by the Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management. This is to recognize the best article on land degradation neutrality, which effectively and exceptionally communicates the challenges and solutions related to land degradation neutrality in the Caribbean region. And the award goes to Save the Mangroves by Romardo Lyons, Jamaica Observer.
The last two themed awards are sponsored by Sagicor. Please can we have the Harriet Brathwaite, Manager, Corporate Communications and Brand Management, Sagicor Financial Company, join us on stage to deliver the next two awards. Firstly, Best Financial Literacy Journalism in Print. The judges selected 2 special mentions and 1 awardee. Earning a special mention in this category is TT Falls Victim to Get Rich Quick Scheme by Melissa Maynard, Trinidad Express. The second special mention is Rita Threw Away Nearly 1 BN by Giovanni Johnson, RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica. And the award goes to Breaking the Cycle of Old Age Poverty by Sashana Small, RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica.
And lastly, in the print category, the award for health, education, journalism goes to Who Cares for the Disabled? Developmental Disability and Access to Public Health Care by Kamari Rodriguez from the Trinidad Express.
And that brings us to the end of the program's print segment. We'll take a short break. The NGC 35th Caribbean Media Awards will be back in a moment. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss what comes next.
The Belize Airports Authority, BAA, oversees 13 public aerodromes along with the Philip Golson International Airport. BAA manages key public aerodromes such as the Sir Barabone Municipal Airport, Key Cocker Municipal Airport, John Grief II Airport, Placencia Municipal Airport, Sartaneja Airstrip, Punta Gorda Municipal Airstrip, Pelican Beach Municipal Airstrip, Matthew Spain Airstrip, Privacion Airstrip, Ranchito Municipal Airstrip, His Excellency Alfredo Martinez Municipal Airstrip, and Hector Silva Airstrip. The BAA's mission is to manage and administer designated airports, ensuring the provision of essential services and facilities. Belize Airports Authority, Belize's foremost provider of aerodrome services. For more information, visit BelizeAirportsAuthority.com.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Kamege bailu obole aya hairahi omewa la paraguaya ilama legai bainu numadawo ami haguberu agaiha arumalu la gaindavu ruwa mei wahabu Abu de bay idala. Me we make it damele wasia. Me we make it damele wasia.
Welcome back to the NGC 35th Caribbean Awards. We're grateful to be sharing this night with you. For those just joining us, we just concluded the Print Award segment. Now, we're about to commence the Radio Award segment.
And we'd like to welcome our viewers from PBCJ, Public Broadcast Corporation of Jamaica. Well, our listeners. Before we begin, we'd like to invite Mr. George Yearwood, Portfolio Manager for the Basic Needs Trust of the Caribbean Development Bank, on stage to deliver the next few awards for outstanding radio productions.
We start the radio segment with the Production Awards. The first award is for Best Documentary Program. The judges selected both a winner and a special mention. Earning a special mention in this category is World Food Day 2023 Tribute by Chantel Legal Gibson, Starcom Network, Barbados.
World Food Day is an international day celebrated every year worldwide on October 16 to commemorate the date of the founding of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, in 1940.
And the award goes to The Men in Mental Health by Deidrean Gordon, RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica, once again.
Give Jamaica a big round of applause. Kindly stay, as the next award is for Best Drama Program, and it's by Radio Jamaica 94 FM. The title is A Place Called Yard. RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Radio Jamaica 94 FM.
Make me feel good. I can drink some coconut water in time and bring it down. I just a bad flu with the whole of the coughing and the frustration about COVID. I set up a pressure.
The next award is for Best News Story. Earning special mention in this category is Respiratory Illness and COVID by Bernardo Corbin, Barbados.
Don't worry, you're allowed to be super excited.
And the award goes to Crime Puts Damper on Christmas Cheer by Maisha Brody, Area FM, Jamaica. And from the countless sports stories over the past year, the award for the best sports story goes to West Indies' failure to qualify for the World Cup by Jerome Foster, RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica.
Next up is the highly coveted Best Investigative Report. The judges awarded Giovanni Dennis from RJR Gleaner Communications Group in Jamaica, White Collar Crime in Jamaica.
2 months into the investigation of the billion-dollar fraud at SSL, the case has already made its way into the top corner, with this dancehall song attempted to again.
For the best comedy item, the judges identified one special mention for submission. The corniest joke I ever heard by Michelle Spencer, Starcom Network, Barbados.
The next award is for Best Entertainment Program, and it goes to the piece entitled Saturday Brunch, Kyle Hernandez. Executive Producer, TTT Limited, Talk City 91.1. Producer and presenter, Jaron Rakos Remy, TTT Limited.
I do wish you could see his reaction from my point of view. His face lit up. Moving now into the themed awards. Best coverage in poverty reduction and empowerment of vulnerable groups. Sponsored by the CDB Basic Needs Trust Fund. And the award goes to Period Poverty and Climate Change by Giovanni Dennis, the RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica.
The next themed award in radio is for excellence in responsible reporting on youth involvement in crime, sponsored by the UNDP and Carry Secure 2.0. A special mention for Bernardo Corbin, Starcom Network, Barbados, for the Truth feature.
final radio award is a Content Creation Award for Best Sound Engineer. We have a special mention for Lights, Camera, Action by Dadrian Gordon, RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica.
Please remain on stage.
And the award goes to, for Best Sound Engineer, goes to Behind the Headlines Year in Review, Part 4, Giovanni Dennis, RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica.
Medical student C.J. McCullough explained their concerns.
We have to first take out the flight that we offer.
Please give all our winners and even those who are nominated this year in the radio category a hearty round of applause.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more from the CBU's NGC 35th Caribbean Media Awards. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
Go from the lap of luxury to lands untouched by time, where ancient civilizations once thrived, where their spirit still lives on today, and where you can leave everything else behind and grab life. Plan your trip today.
The Public Utilities Commission continues to drive changes for Belize's utility and ICT sectors by creating new regulations and updating existing laws and rules to elevate the legal framework for water, telecommunication, and electricity. Overall, our work at PUC allows for better protection of consumers and the environment, a comprehensive integration of renewable energy sources into the national power grid, assures businesses continuity of utilities, promote competition and investments, and enhances national development in Belize. PUC, transforming the utility and ICT sectors by modernizing the regulatory framework.
And we are back. We are live from Placencia, Belize for a fantastic night of celebrating excellence in media at the NGC 35th Caribbean Awards. Next on the agenda is the presentation of awards in the television category.
Before we continue, we're delighted to introduce one of our sponsors for the theme awards, Maya Hibben, Carry Secure 2.0 Team Leader of UNDP Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. Here's their recorded statement.
Good evening, esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests, and members of the Caribbean media community. My sincere apologies that I'm unable to join you in person, but it is an honor to address you this evening as the team lead for the CARISecure 2.0 project. CARISecure is a project implemented by the United Nations Development Programme and funded by the United States Agency for International Aid. We are deeply grateful to the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, CBU, for this opportunity to celebrate excellence in journalism and to acknowledge the critical role that media plays in our societies. The goal of CARISecure 2.0 is to reduce youth involvement in crime and to reduce trafficking in persons in the Eastern and Southern Caribbean. And we do this through building capacity of key stakeholders to better collect and utilize quality, reliable data in their decision-making and programs. We know that achieving this vision requires more than just data. It requires the ability to tell stories that resonate with the public, mobilize communities, and inform policymakers. This is why the media is one of our valuable CARISecure 2.0 partners. Ethical and responsible journalism is essential to building a more just and peaceful society. At CARISecure, we are committed to supporting the media in this crucial role, which is why we have taken deliberate steps to engage with and empower journalists across the region. In June of this year, CARISecure 2.0 partnered with the Media Institute of the Caribbean to provide specialist training for journalists from Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Trinidad and Tobago. Some of you present today were participants in this training. These workshops focused on key areas such as constructive journalism, data journalism, investigative reporting, and digital multimedia reporting. Our goal has been to equip journalists with the tools and knowledge they need to report on sensitive issues like youth involvement in crime and trafficking in persons in a way that is informed, balanced, and ethical. This training and other support we plan to provide is guided by a very interesting and important piece of research that we did, led by the Media Institute of the Caribbean. We did a comprehensive media assessment to better understand the current state of reporting on issues of crime. This assessment highlighted the need for more robust reporting, a greater use of data, and in saying this, it also highlighted the importance of ensuring that journalists have access to reliable data. Our plan is to launch this report this year, and this will hopefully spark meaningful dialogue and drive necessary improvements in media practices across the region, whether at the level of individual journalists, their media houses, or at the level of policymakers. UNDP also conducted training here in Belize in January this year on effective use of crime statistics in journalism. The training covered both basic and advanced statistical techniques, as well as concepts of media framing. Local journalists who benefited can now more accurately interpret and report crime statistics, thereby improving the quality and credibility of crime-related journalism, while also emphasizing the ethical considerations involved. As it relates to this evening's celebration, CARISecure 2.0 is proud to announce new categories to this year's awards, recognizing excellence in responsible reporting on youth involvement in crime and trafficking in persons. We believe that by acknowledging and rewarding responsible journalism, we can inspire even greater commitment to these principles across the region. At the heart of UNDP's mission is the belief that development must be inclusive, equitable, and sustainable, and the Sustainable Development Goal 16 is embedded within the project: peace, justice, and strong institutions. By supporting the media, we are helping to ensure that public discourse is informed by accurate, data-driven reporting, and that the voices of the most vulnerable are heard. CARISecure 2.0 remains committed in our support for the media, promoting responsible reporting techniques and fostering a deeper understanding of the complex issues facing our region. In closing, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks and congratulations to all the nominees and winners here this evening, and those who could not be here in person. Your work is vital to the well-being of our communities. Thank you for your dedication to the craft of journalism and for your commitment to truth, justice, and the public good. We look forward to our continued partnership in building a safer Caribbean. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much, Maya.
And to present the award on their behalf is Ms. Roxanne Aleman, Program Associate, Governance, Digitization and Inclusive Growth, UNDP, Belize.
First up, the Production Awards in Television, the Best Documentary Program. Earning special mention in this category is Who We Are by Cayman Islands Department of Communications, the Department of Communications, Cayman Islands Government. And the award for Best Documentary Program goes to the piece entitled Best Village, Episode 2. Executive Producer, TTT Limited. Producer, Shamilia Thomas Ashby. Editor, Ronaldo Debourg. Camera, Romano Francois and Kashawn Sereno. TTT Limited.
1964 to the early 70s were developmental years for folk expression in West Village.
Next, we have the best magazine. Next, we have the best magazine program. And once again, there is a special mention for Open Your Eyes Easter Special. Hosts Sabrina Daly and John Palacio by Great Belize Productions Limited, Belize. Producers are Vianney Reyes and Brianna Bennett, and videographers Rick Romero and Joel Ruesby.
In the category of Best News Story, the award...
Apologies, Best Magazine Program. So the award for Best Magazine Program goes to Guyana Emerging, National Communications Network, Guyana.
And now, the category is Best News Story. The award goes to reporter Paul Lopez, videographers Darrell Mogel and Kenroy Michael. The piece entitled A Competency-Based Approach to Education in Belize.
One of the primary features of the Ministry of Education's National Curriculum Framework is the literacy. The objective of this competency area is to have students move from consumers.
And for Best Sports Story, the award goes to Robotics Officially Declared a Sport by reporter Paul Lopez, Great Belize Productions Limited, Belize. And the videographer for that piece is George Tillett.
The next award is for Best Investigative Report. This award is for an item on a current event produced through systematic, in-depth, and original research, usually involving the unearthing of hidden information. The award goes to the piece entitled, Who Shall Live? Dialysis Dilemma by Shemala Pullen, Uton West, Richard Brown, Milton Reed, RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Television, Jamaica.
The next award reminds us that it's not all serious in this business. The award for Best Comedy Item goes to 876 Comedy Club by RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica. By Dahlia Harris, Trevor Johnson, Judith Alberga, Garnett Lewis, and TVJ Studio Crew.
And for the best entertainment program, the award goes to True Islander 2 by Tele Islas, Antillean Films, San Andreas Island, Colombia.
And now, make we do this like some true real islander.
And how that go, Billy?
Well, simple.
And moving from production to advertising awards. The first award is Best Commercial Spot in Television. And that goes to Unitex, No Worries with a Spark Beach Cruiser by Great Belize Productions Limited, Belize. Once again, by Rick Romero.
For the best public service spot, we have a special mention for How to Love SAI. I hope that's how you say it. SAI. By Tele Islas and Joel Penaloso. Tele Islas, San Andres Island, Colombia. And the award goes to Ministry of Health, Men's Mental Health, Executive Producer, TTT Limited. Producer, Cherise Gibson. Editor, Reynaldo de Borges.
Next up, we recognize the content creators in television. This year, for Best Videographer, a special mention goes to, once again, please bear with us, we were not privy to this information.
Shaquille Burnett, Newsroom Incorporated, Guyana. The Best Producer Award is up next, and this year the judges selected both a winner and a special mention. Earning special mention in this category is Stacey Russell, Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, Barbados. And the award for Best Producer in Television goes to Kadeen Foot, RJR Gleaner Communications Group from Jamaica.
For the Best Director, the award goes to Rick Romero, Great Belize Productions Limited, Belize. And of course, we'd love to mention that Rick is directing this very show. And for the Best Sound Engineer, the award goes to Open Your Eyes, Steel Band Performance by Luis Sosa, Great Belize Productions Limited, Belize.
Probably this is the first time he's coming on stage for something like this. He's usually behind the scenes. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, give all our winners in that category big round of applause. We're going to go ahead and take a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with more of the NGC 35th Caribbean Media Awards.
Hydroelectricity. It's clean, sustainable, and one of the largest renewable energy sources in the world. It's what we use here at Fortis Belize to generate electricity to power your homes and businesses. We operate 3 hydroelectric dams on the Macal River. Together, the Moyehon, Chalio, and Vaca facilities supply as much as 40% of the country's energy needs. Fortis Belize maintains its operations following international standards, and local technical teams are guided by a strict water management program to maintain water levels year-round. Generating safe, reliable, and sustainable renewable energy in an environmentally responsible manner is what we do here at Fortis Belize. We are constantly working to build a brighter and more resilient Belize. For more information, visit our website at www.fortisbelize.com or email us at corporate@fortisbelize.com. Fortis Belize, building a future with 100% renewable energy.
Go from the lap of luxury to lands untouched by time, where ancient civilizations once thrived, where their spirit still lives on today, and where you can leave everything else behind and grab life. Plan your trip today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
And we are back live from beautiful Placencia, Belize for a thrilling night of celebrating Caribbean excellence in media. We are continuing with the Television Awards. The next group of awards would be themed based on partnerships with the sponsors.
As mentioned earlier, one of those themed sponsors is the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, 5Cs. For the past 2 years, they have organized a media seminar for journalists who cover climate change. This collaboration has provided the experience of having journalists in our audience to collect their awards. Those of you present, let's hear all the journalists who are here tonight. Wow, I'm impressed. Let's welcome back to the stage the Executive Director for the 5Cs, Dr. Colin Young.
Thank you, William. Good night, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here in Belize once again to sponsor these awards in climate change. I remember last year we were in Antigua and Barbuda, and we had the pleasure to do the same, to celebrate excellence in journalism and in media, particularly in covering of climate change. As I've said over the last couple of days, strategic partnerships make these things happen, and I have to acknowledge from the onset the European Union and the EU GCCA Plus program, who are providing the resources that enable us to not only bring, in this case, 12 journalists from across the Caribbean to Belize and have them participate in a seminar to understand how to effectively communicate climate change. But we also make it possible for them to be here tonight to create, to take and to accept their awards. Over the last 2 years, the 5Cs, through partnerships, have trained over 70 journalists from across the region in climate change. And that's 70 more than there were 2 years ago, right? So, and this is something that we hope to continue to do. We are very, very, very pleased and thankful for the very strong partnership and support with the Caribbean Broadcasting Union. They're experts at this. They do it better than anybody else. I think you've seen tonight their experience, their strong reputation, and it provides an incentive for journalists and media professionals to want to submit stories on climate change so that they can be recognized for this very prestigious event. I also want to thank my staff at the 5Cs, Tekla, and others who have been leading this initiative, along with Steve, who helps Tekla with the training. As I said, the United Nations has called and has referred to climate change as the single greatest threat facing humanity. But yet, the knowledge gap that exists within our region on this issue of climate change is actually very, very significant. And so we need the partnership with the media. We need partnerships like with the CBU for you to tell the stories and to shed a light on how climate change is impacting our way of life and the injustices that climate change is causing. And I want to take a page from Minister Fonseca's speech, where we also have to inspire. We also have to shine a light on those initiatives locally led, where resilience is being built by communities, by persons, and by organizations within our countries. Because when we share a light on successes, we are also creating and fostering hope that our people can rise above all of the despair and become more resilient to climate change. So on behalf of the Board of 5Cs, on behalf of all of my staff, and of course on behalf of all of the partners who make our ability to sponsor these awards possible, I want to say thank you. And I am committing here again that next year we will also be sponsoring about 7 awards. So get ready, journalists.
The first 3 themed awards are sponsored by 5Cs. First up, Best Climate Change Documentary. And earning a special mention in this category is Woodland, the Saltwater Crisis. CNC3 News, Trinidad and Tobago. Journalist Khalin Hussein, editor Caroline Orr, drone operator Brent Pinero. And the award goes to Info Insight, Rum and Sargasm, Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, Barbados. By Miles Eversley, Joshua Hinkson, and Sherwood McCassey.
Next is the best climate change news item. It goes to a piece entitled Cultivating Hope, Belize's Seaweed Farming Industry Takes Root. Reporter, Hippolyta Novello. Videographer, Darrell Mogel. Great Belize Productions Limited, Belize. The next award is for the Best Climate Change Investigative Report. Earning special mention in this category is a piece entitled, Why Is It Flooding? By Colleen Hossein, CNC3 News, Trinidad and Tobago. And the award goes to Washed Away. People who help protect the turtles are losing their homes. By Vishani Ragobert and Shaconil Burnett, Newsroom Incorporated, Guyana.
The next award is sponsored by the Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management. This is to recognize the best TV production on land degradation neutrality. And the award goes to Why is Guyana Spending Big to Replant Patches in Its Forest by Newsroom Incorporated, Guyana, by Neil Marks and Shatand Anud. Coming up next are two themed awards sponsored by Sagicor. We'd like to invite the representative for Sagicor to come on stage
to make the presentations.
The first is for Best Financial Literacy Journalism. And the award goes to News Pulse Episode 4, Financial Health with Exchange Museum by Stacy N. Russell, Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, Barbados.
The next award
for Best Health Education Journalism goes to Bridging the Gaps of Mental Illness Treatment, reporter Paul Lopez, videographer Chris Mangar, Great Belize Productions Limited, Belize. The next award, sponsored by the Nature Conservancy Caribbean Division. Oh, we'd like to, of course, invite that individual on stage, that representative, again for the Nature Conservancy Caribbean Division. Can we please have a round of applause? And the award is for excellence in environmental reporting on mangrove and seagrass beds. And that award goes to Protecting Jamaica's Own by Carol Francis, Marlon Samuels, and Gabriel Samuels. Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica, Jamaica. For the best coverage of healthy nutrition food policy, sponsored by the HCC, the award goes to...
And we're inviting the rep to come on stage first.
Yes, once again, please come on stage. Once again, the award for coverage of healthy nutrition food policy goes to Grow Green Barbados, Episode 3, Organic Farming, Government Information Service of Barbados, Barbados. The award for the best news story on poverty reduction and empowerment of vulnerable groups goes to... We are sponsored by the CDB Basics Need Trust Fund. Of course, we'd love to invite this representative on the stage once again. Passing on the baton once more. The award for Best News Story on Poverty Reduction and Empowerment of Vulnerable Groups goes to Don't Tax My Femininity by reporter Dwayne Moody, videographers Daryl Miguel, and Rick Romero. Great Belize Productions Limited, Belize.
And the last two themed awards are sponsored by the UNDP and CARISecure 2.0. The first is for excellence in responsible reporting on youth involvement in crime. That award goes to CNC3 News, Carissa Christie Lee, Trinidad and Tobago, Youth and Serious Crime. And for excellence in responsible reporting on trafficking in persons, that award goes to CNC3 News, Trinidad and Tobago. Face it and fix it. By Soyini Gray and Akash Samaru. And with that,
we conclude our television awards segment for tonight. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it's time for the Digital Media Awards. Don't go away.
Vision, expertise, world-class operations. These are the pillars on which the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, NGC, has built its legacy as a world-renowned natural gas player and titan of Caribbean energy. NGC has operations and investments along the gas value chain and sits at the helm of a flagship group of energy businesses with a globalizing footprint. National Energy Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago Limited owns and manages industrial estates, ports, and marine infrastructure, as well as facilitates local and regional development of energy-based industries. Another subsidiary, LeBray Industrial Development Company Limited, known as LeBidco, facilitates industrial estate management, port operations, waste management, warehousing, and logistics services in support of the energy services sector. Phoenix Park Gas Processors Limited, or PPGPL, owns one of the largest state-of-the-art cryogenic gas processing plants in the region, as well as NGL marketing assets in North America. As we transition into a future built on clean energy, NGC Green Company Limited, our newest subsidiary, has been created to accelerate the NGC Group's pursuit of local, regional, and international opportunities in clean energy, energy efficiency, sustainable transportation, including CNG, alternative fuels, as well as research and development. We are the NGC Group, an integrated energy company, a model for prosperity.
Go from the lap of luxury to lands untouched by time. where ancient civilizations once thrived, where their spirit still lives on today, and where you can leave everything else behind and grab life. Plan your trip today.
And welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome special cultural dance mix from Dee's Dance Studio. Please give them a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, please give Dee's Dance Studio a big round of applause. Of course, welcome back to the NGC's 35th Caribbean Media Awards. So far, it's been a wonderful night of celebrating and recognizing excellence in media. We have awarded noteworthy productions in print, radio, and television. Shortly, we will begin to deliver the digital awards.
But before we do, we have a special presenter on stage to share an announcement for next year's 36 CMAs. Here to tell us more is Kelly Magnus, the Executive Director of the Caribbean Culture Fund.
Good evening, everyone. I feel like I need dance tips and hair care tips from the last group. Thank you to the President, Secretary General, and the entire CBU team. I'm thrilled to be here tonight to bring you greetings on behalf of Michelle Pierre-Louis, the Chair, and the members of the Steering Committee of the Caribbean Culture Fund. But the truth is I kind of feel like I'm at home because media is family for me, so this has been a very enriching couple of days. The Caribbean Cultural Fund is a new initiative to raise funds for and distribute funds to individuals and organizations in the arts and culture sector in the Caribbean and its diasporas. All we do is raise money and give it away. We fund all sectors of the arts and culture, visual and literary arts, fashion, textiles, architecture, theater, dance, and all the performing arts. We fund all types of artists and arts organizations, individual artists, collectives, non-profit entities, for-profit entities, and our footprint covers the entire Caribbean and its diasporas. We are really excited to continue our partnership with the CBU tonight. When we began our public work in March of this year, the CBU and the CMC were the first people we reached out to for partnership. I'm a media baby, I know how this thing goes. So thank you to Sonia for your grace and your support. And with the CBU's help, we were able to reached thousands of prospective applicants for our first call and got 477 applications to the first call in 30 days, which my steering committee still does not believe we pulled off. We built on that success with a webinar that brought together dozens of creatives and media practitioners around the region to talk about the value of art in the Caribbean, its impact to Caribbean development, and to start brainstorming ways to collaborate. So tonight I'm here to kick off the third leg of our collaboration, the awards for coverage of arts and culture in the Caribbean. But before I share those details, please forgive me if I steal a page from Dr. Young's book and just throw in a couple of calls to action. As I mentioned, our first call for proposals received 477 applications, of which we funded 16. And the 16 projects we're funding are amazing in terms of their diversity, the quality of the work, the way they bring traditional folk culture from the Caribbean to new audiences, the way they give marginalized groups in the Caribbean a voice. But what's even more brilliant than the ones that we're funding is what's in that pool of applicants that we're not funding. And when we recognize the amazing work that's out there, we feel that we have a mandate to try to shed some light on those projects as well. So we will be reaching out to you, we'll be pitching to you for coverage. Please answer my calls, take my calls, answer my emails, because there is so much great work happening around the region that we want to make sure people can see it. What we also learned from that application process is that it's very difficult for artists in one sector or one part of the Caribbean to know what other people are doing. So we've seen all the brilliance, they don't see each other. And so we need your help, we need the media's help to make sure that artists can find each other more easily. To help with that, we're going to be creating a database of arts and culture programs so that artists know where to pitch their story ideas to, and artists know where to look, what to look out for, particularly on the internet, to find sources of arts and culture coverage. So we asked the CBU to help us in that regard. And since I'm asking you for a favor, I'm also going to ask you to be just a little bit more selfish. You guys were brilliant in helping us get the word out about our call. We'd like to see some applications from media practitioners. So as individuals, as groups of individuals, as organizations, you all are eligible for CCF funding. And so we would like to see project proposals that address some of the really tough, knotty issues that have been discussed here this week. But we'd also like to see a little joy, right? We'd like to see project ideas that make us remember why we all like to live here, like why it's great to be in the Caribbean. And as the president said, stories that show the best of us to each other so that we can take inspiration from that. Our next call for proposals opens in 2 days, August 15. The themes are archiving and memory, perfect for media people, right? Those will be grants of $10,000. Migration is a second theme. And then our third theme, which we've decided will be a perennial theme for the CCF, is Caribbean collaboration. We have a philosophical standpoint of trying to encourage collaboration between different entities within the Caribbean. So please, this time, don't just help us spread the word, please also apply. Since we're broadcasting around the region, I'll also take the opportunity to mention that the CCF is looking for potential funders for our matching gift program. Part of our mandate is to try to encourage more funding for arts and culture. As I mentioned, we funded 16 grants. We spent $250,000 on those grants. We would have needed $8 million more to fund all the applications that came in. So we need your help in making noise about the value of funding arts and culture. We are trying to help that by stimulating these matching grants. So we're looking for funders who are willing to put up half of a $10,000 grant. If you are interested in funding but don't have the capacity to manage the grant, we will manage the grant for you, help with the identification of the grantees, do all the monitoring and evaluation, and put up the other half of the grant to boot. And now to the awards. We are funding this year 4 awards, 1 each for print, radio, TV, and digital for coverage of arts and culture, but I'm very competitive, and 5C's had a whole lot of stuff going on, so I think next year we might have to do some more. We're looking for coverage of the arts, any and all sectors of the arts, not just entertainment, but stories that go beyond the sterile details of a press release or just event coverage. We're looking for stories that highlight the power of the arts to change minds and lives, critical reviews of creative artistic productions, deep dives into the backstories and the passions of the artists themselves, stories that focus on how the arts help us in tackling the issues of the day. But as I said, also stories that tell us how the arts help us to survive those issues, how the arts bring us joy and give our lives meaning and purpose. We will rely on the CBU to judge the entries on their technical merits, and we will convene panels of judges to evaluate the projects on their artistic merit. We look forward to your entries and to continue to explore all the many ways in which the creative sector and the media can work together for the common good of the Caribbean. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kelly. Give her another big round of applause, please. And of course, we look forward to seeing the fantastic productions that will be nominated next year. At this time, we'd like to call on the CBU President, Dr. Claire Grant, to present the next awards. Moving now into the digital segment, we'll start with the production awards. First up, Best News Story. We have a special mention for TTT Limited, Trinidad and Tobago. See yourself, plant 1 tree and eat for free. Executive producer, TTT Limited, journalist, Mahalia Joseph. And the award goes to Trinidad Express, Loving Leela by Richard Charan.
Best Sports Story. And that award goes to The Creation of a World Champion by Jerome Foster, RGR Gleaner Communications Group, Jamaica.
Thursday, August 24, 2023.
And for Best Entertainment Item, the judges have given a special mention to The Closing Chapters by Richard Sharan, Trinidad Express, Trinidad and Tobago. And the award goes to Mashup, the music that made us, Rapso. Executive producer, TTT Limited. Producer, Stacy White. Camera operator, Carlos Walcott. TTT Limited, next 99.1 FM Facebook live stream, Trinidad and Tobago. For this next award, there are 2 special mentions and 1 awardee. This is for Best Investigative Item. The first special mention goes to The Dark Secret at St. Anne's, Trinidad Express, Trinidad and Tobago. This is by Camari Rodriguez. The second special mention goes to Bert Vasquez, Stays on Remand by Hipólito Novello, Great Belize Productions Limited, Belize. And the award goes to A Grave Far From Home by Richard Sharan, Trinidad Express, Trinidad and Tobago.
In the content creation category, the Best Social Media Content Creator Award goes to Mikkel Elcock, Aisha Reed, and Tyson Henry, Government Information Service, Barbados. Thank you very much. And now for our final 3 awards. These are themed awards. First, we have the Best News Story on Poverty Reduction and Empowerment of Vulnerable Groups. We'd like to invite a representative from the CDB Basic Needs Trust Fund. As I said before, it's for Best News Story on poverty reduction and empowerment of vulnerable groups. Special mention for Guyana's Carbon Credits Deal by Vishani Ragobeer. Newsroom Incorporated, Guyana. And the award for Best News Story on Poverty Reduction and Empowerment of Vulnerable Groups goes to Neil Marks and Yusuf Ali from Newsroom Incorporated, Guyana, for their piece, The Woman Running Forestry Operations in Guyana. Next is Excellence in Responsible Reporting on Youth Involvement in Crime. We have a special mention. It goes to Esther Jones from the Caribbean Investigative Journalism Network in Barbados with a piece entitled Mental Break. Please, don't go down. The award goes to Esther Jones, The Tropical Journey of a Firearm. Caribbean Investigative Journalism Network, Barbados.
And our final award, this is for the Best Climate Change Investigative Report, sponsored by the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center. Welcome to the stage. And our final award for the NGC 35th Caribbean Media Award goes to Money from Trees, Amerindian Chiefs Say Rights Not Violated by Neil Marks and Shatanand Anud. Newsroom Incorporated, Guyana. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of tonight's ceremony. Let us give all the winners a hearty round of applause, and to the individual journalists and producers, and of course, to their extended support team at each media house.
Before we close, we're adding a new tradition to the ceremony. The preparations for the 56th CBU General Assembly and 36th CMAs have already commenced. And to officially hand over the mantle, in this case, the CBU standard, we call upon this year's chair of the local organizing committee, CBU Director, Marlene Cuellar. Receiving the charge for next year's event is CBU Director Anthony Green, General Manager, Starcom Network.
And of course, we'd like to give recognition that Starcom is from Barbados. Round of applause, please.
And it gives me great pleasure to announce that Barbados will be hosting the 56th CBU AGA. And you're now invited to watch our promo that signals that move. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anthony.
Did the message reach you? See you in Barbados 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. I am William Neal.
I am Elise Guion Vernon.
And this brings an end to the NGC 35th Caribbean Media Awards. Before we say goodnight, we'd like to invite a Belizean artist, Coconut Boy, to come on stage to do the final performance. Thank you very much for joining us from all over the Caribbean. We were live in Placencia, Belize. It has been an honor to host all of you who are visitors here on our native soil. We're grateful to have you, and of course, we'll party tonight to make sure you come back and give you a lot of water, right? Good night, Coconut Boy.
Good night, good night. Good night, everyone. How you guys doing tonight? You enjoy yourself? Congratulations again, right? I'm known as the Prince of Brockdown Music, aka Coconut Boy. Can I get it musically louder? Diggy diggy doom day. Yo! This one original, right? This is Creole culture. I'm known as the Prince of Brockdown Music. We in Placencia tonight, baby. I want to listen keen, right? Here we go.
I man got trouble, don't so don't Belize. I know who go to this Creole girl, when they call Susie. Independent, smart, beautiful, and so sexy. Boy, she can wash, clean, mash, and make tea.
Here we go.
Whole night reggae, 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 she here. Whole night reggae, 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 me mother-in-law. Whole night reggae, 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 she here. Whole night reggae, 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 me mother-in-law.
We in Placencia, right? aka the Peninsula, right? We're down south, Sand Creek. Yeah, these are the Creole boy. These are the Creole culture, right? Listen.
We in a this big touch house, yo. We're dark like blackout early in the morning, girl. I have to hurry up, cause Grandpa the show. Susie come, Granny the holla, Susie the come, Auntie the ballo, Susie the come, Uncle the whisper, Susie the come, yo. Whole night reggae, 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 reggae,
reggae, shit here. Whole night reggae, me mother-in-law. Whole night reggae, shit here. Whole night reggae, me mother-in-law. You know what reggae means? Anybody know what reggae means? When the bed is shake, right? When it creak, right? Yeah. This is Creole style, broke down style, right? Yo, we drinking the rum, travelers rum. We just having fun till morning come. We drinking the rum, big titty rum, fat pussy rum, till morning come. Oh Lord, hey, the coolie girl, sexy Indian Creole girl, even the Mayan girl. I don't know, back it up, pana, shake it up, pana, wave it up, pana, roll it up, pana, bounce it up, pana. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Whole night reggae, shit here, yo. Whole night reggae, me mother-in-law. Whole night reggae, shit here. Whole night reggae. I want to take this time to big up Channel 5, right? Yeah, News 5, right? Give me the next one. This one under the Mosquito song, right? Whoa, a coconut boy. Yo! Then this time we go for self. Here we go. 1, 2. Behold, I'm 2 weeks. This thing you me get me weak, yo. I me got the dengue fever. Dengue fever. Behold, I'm 2 weeks. Yes, girl, I me so weak. I me got the dengue fever. Dengue fever. Miss Rose tell me it's a coconut boy. You need to clean the yard and stop the yak shy. Boy, clean up all the coconut shells and all the old tires. Where's the mosquitoes them up from empire? Behold, I'm 2 weeks. This thing you me get me weak. I me got the dengue fever. Dengue fever. Behold, I'm 2 weeks. Yes, girl, I me so weak. I me got the dengue fever. Listen, for the first 7 years, I made the game my girl. Symptoms start to show, so me keeping on my corner. Belize, I ain't a minute talk on the tongue. They say how my time gone, but they never know I'm on born. We bring back broke down, whole lot 2 weeks. This thing you me get me, yo, I me got the dengue fever. Dengue fever, be whole lot 2 weeks. Yes, girl, I me so weak. I me got the dengue fever. Dengue fever. Miss Rose tell me, coconut boy. You need to clean the yard. Clean up all the old garbage, right? All the coconut shells and all the old tires. Where's the mosquitoes them up from empire? Mosquito, right? AKA dengue fever. Yeah. Make sure to keep the yard clean, the community clean, right? We don't want to catch dengue fever for 2024. Yeah, that's a nice feeling, right? So now I want to teach you to dance. This is the mosquito dance, right? This is the Creole boy dance. 1, get ready. 2, get ready. 1, 2, 1, 2. Make we dance. Dengue, 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 dengue. Oh, dengue, 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 dengue. Yo, I man, me got a dengue fever. Dengue, 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 dengue. For the first 7 days, I made the game my God. Symptoms start to show, so me keeping on my corner. Belize, I don't mean to talk on the tongue. They say how my time goes, but they never know I'm on board. We bring back up, make we dance. Dengue, 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 dengue. Oh, dengue, 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 dengue. Girl, I'm on me got a dengue fever. Dengue, 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 dengue. I want to take this time to give everyone who take time to participate, right? In the 35th Caribbean Media Awards. We're representing each and every time. Belize, right? Thank you.